The big game is fast approaching, but wait, you still haven't got your tickets. You've spent hours searching, but you're still confused about ticket prices. Time to stop searching. Visit ticketcompare.com. We compare ticket prices for all the popular leagues and tournaments for you. We work only with the most trustworthy sites, so you can have peace of mind when buying your tickets. Compare prices, buy tickets, get to the game. Ticketcompare.com. Buying tickets made simple.
Good afternoon. We're going to start the press conference with Diego Simeone and Diego Godin. First questions for Diego Godin, please.
Muy buenas, Álvaro González de Red Internacional. Bueno, el partido de mañana.
Well, the game tomorrow is the most important game of the season for you, I imagine. Well, coming at this time of the this stage of the season is a very important game. It's a huge game. You know, we hope that we will play a even more important game. That's everyone's wish. But in order to do that, we have to do an impeccable game tomorrow, a perfect tactical level, technical level in every way. So it's a beautiful game to play tomorrow, and it's just a beautiful, one of the most beautiful games you can play. Yeah, like you said, it's a very important game, and you need to be very focused. It's a very emotional thing. The coach is not going to be able to be in the dugout because he's. What does Atletico Madrid lose if he's not there? Because he really gets into the games. Well, obviously, Cholo is very important for us, for the team, etc., for the people, for the fans, for the stadium. You know, he can give a lot. He always has the right order to give. But we will have Mono Burgos on the dugout to help us in the same way. And of course, the stadium must understand the need for us, that we need them. That we need to live the game in the same way that our coach, manager lives it. So I'm sure that's going to help us a great deal in order to, in Cholo's absence. So I'm sure they will be there. The fans will be there for us as they always do. Well, we've been talking about the importance of this competition, and once you got eliminated from the Champions League, after the game in London, it was almost heroic, holding on for 80 minutes with 10 players. How do you imagine the setup tomorrow? How do you imagine the people, the game? Well, I imagine a similar game to last week's. I think it's going to be kind of the same kind of game. They're going to have maybe a little bit more anxiety because they need to score a goal, and in a way we will try to be very well organized and as a team, as a collective, and we will try to be very direct. We're going to try to be very blunt as well, and we're going to try to live every second of the game to the max with the maximum intensity, knowing how important each ball is going to be, how important each ball is going to be for us. So we hope to play a perfect game, and we will do our best. Well, the fans, even tonight, are going to be waiting for you at the hotel to give you a last cheer before the game. Antoine Griezmann called the fans through the media. I don't know if you want to send a message to the fans yourself. No, like I said before, tomorrow we need our fans, like our fans' support, like they always do. We need them to feel the game and to convey that feeling to us, because it's very important. And of course, our rivals would feel it too. So, yeah, we need as much positive energy as we can have. We need the stadium to explode tomorrow. We need to vibe. To have a positive vibes. You are a champion. You're a champion team, you can say. What is the message from the most experienced player to the youngest players who haven't experienced finals or such important nights as tomorrow night? Well, obviously, this kind of game are not won here in the press conference room. You have to win them on the pitch, doing things right there, taking the strategy that you've been working through the week and taking it to the pitch as well as possible, and giving it all in every ball, in every game, in every clash, everywhere. And of course, the rival plays too. The rival gets the better of you sometimes, but there is something that cannot happen. It cannot condition the way we play, our intensity, our will to win and get to the final. And the rival cannot do anything at all in that respect. But as for the game itself, of course, the rival can do a lot of things. But we are able to be there, and we have a huge will to be there and get to the final. From your position as a very important player in the team, how important can be for players like Oblak or Griezmann in their future to have Atletico Madrid in a European final yet again? Well, of course, it's very important for them and for all of us. There are many young players as well for the team, for the club. Because it would mean growing, it would mean prestige, it would mean getting important things, keep getting important things, and giving our fans reasons to keep growing, to keep the excitement going. And we want to keep growing as a team, bringing the best possible players to keep improving the team. And, of course, keeping important players for us, and like the ones you just mentioned. I wanted to ask you about Felipe Luis. He's recovered in record time for this important game of the season. I don't know how you experienced his I don't know if you if you missed him in defense. Well, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about the chance to have a player like him, in order to play instead of Lucas, because he'd been playing in that position, left back. A left back is a player that, has a lot of physical wear and tear. And of course, Felipe has huge balls. And he's got a huge positive mentality that has helped him recover before schedule. And of course, that helps us a lot as a team and gives us good energy for the rest of the season. So we're happy to see him back.
Simeone, do you think that Jan Oblak is playing the football of his life?
Only for the Diego Godin, the first.
Okay. Also for him. Okay.
Gracias.
Okay. Mr. Simeone, do you think that Jan Oblak is playing the football of his life at the moment?
Jan has been playing really good season. He's growing all the time. He's one of the best goalkeepers in the world. But we saw him yesterday again with Real Madrid and Bayern München. Every important team have big goalkeepers like Real Madrid. Keylor Navas played a fantastic game yesterday, and we had Courtois at his time. We had Miguel. And now we have Oblak working really hard and doing what he's supposed to do. Griezmann just tweeted and saying that it should be tomorrow's game should be an unforgettable game with the fans. Would you feel that qualifying for the final tomorrow would be hugely important for Griezmann's continuity in Atletico Madrid? No, first, the only thing I think of is what the team needs in order to play an important game tomorrow, big time. I said the same in London. We need our stadium to explode, to have a lot of positive energy and passion, because that's what we are about, and from there everything is welcome on board in order to see what's going on next. We need people with passion. We want people with a will to be there and excitement. We need to play a great game tomorrow, have a huge communion, let's say, with our fans, and obviously we're going to face a dangerous rival with good footballers. And obviously, it's going to be, hopefully, it's going to be a beautiful game to watch. Bearing in mind that you are second, bearing in mind that you are second in the league, you are one step ahead, one step from a European final. Is this the scenario that you dreamt of at the beginning of the season? Well, I'm always excited about the best. Always think for the best or hope for the best when we start every season. I try to get as far as we can in every competition we play. It seems that there are not many games to play, but there is a lot at stake. And we need to keep doing exactly what we do. We will need to think of the game at hand. We need to know that they are a very direct team from up front. They have several important players with a lot of creativity. And we need to play exactly as we need to play the game tomorrow. I hope we can give that feeling to the fans as well. Diego, I wanted to ask you. I don't know if your players can feel your absence in the dugout tomorrow. Do you think they will feel that? Well, I'm not going to be in the footballer's body, but I was a footballer. I played semi-finals, and of course, the importance. The importance that the footballers have right now is above everyone else. And we have Germán Monoburgos, of course, who is very more than capable to, carry the same passion and the same feeling to the team as I do. And of course, we were together in the Argentinian national team together. We were there since we were kids. We don't even have to look at each other to know exactly what we want. So I'm totally relaxed in that respect, having Germán in my taking my place tomorrow in the dugout. We've been talking about an interview with Thomas in which you trained. You kind of you did a test. You did a test playing 10 against 11 in the previous day to the game in London. Have you tried anything similar like that for tomorrow? Well, no. I kind of foresee what could happen in the game. Before the game in London, I kind of thought we would face some sort of complex situations, and that's why we kind of tried that. 1-1 is a good result in Europe, especially playing the second leg at home. But when you are 1-1, how do you approach the game? Do you try to sort it out as soon as possible? But do you wait for the rival to try and sort it out and make the most of that? Well, whatever I can say here is just for the journalists. It's okay, but what it counts is what you can see on the pitch. It's obvious that in the cups, no result at all can give you any sort of peace of mind. In this kind of knockout stages of a competition like this, it's very important to be able to adapt, to manage emotions, to play as a team, to play very tight, and be very organized as a team. And I hope we can show that tomorrow on the pitch. That will obviously take us a step closer to what we need and what we want. You said footballers, I don't think they will be affected by you not being in the dugout, but how are you going to feel that personally, knowing that you cannot really give the orders to your players? Are you going to suffer more than in the dugout? Yeah, I don't think I will, I won't carry it too well. I'm, of course, sad for this about this situation, this suspension, and of course I will have to improve, just like I said before. And well, I'll best not say anything else about this. Felipe Luis is in contention, is in the squad. Philip is in the squad. He's fully recovered. But can he play for 90 minutes? Is he only going to play for a few minutes? How does he feel? Well, he's been out of he's been out for 2 months. Obviously, he's not ready to play 90 minutes. But we're in the final, an important stretch of the competition where important players like Felipe have done a tremendous effort to be in contention. And I'm sure that if I call him, if I need it for the game, he will answer. He will be there for me, because there are many games that are played with your heart apart from with your head and your legs, and this is one of them. This is one of those games. if you listen to what happened in the last couple of games, and without Seaman, maybe Thomas can play on the side. What does Thomas bring the team playing closer to the line, and what do you lose by not having him on the centre of the pitch? Well, Thomas's position on the right. We think he is not really a fullback. He plays a little bit, advanced because Lucas kind of tends to go at the back a bit more. But if we can play Bitolo on the left and Thomas on the right, the team is covered on the sides and in the centre as well. But he has a lot of creativity, and he's his ability to pass in the middle. We may lose a bit there because he's on a different line, but we know what we need to give the game, and we need to give our best, and we need to maybe forget individualities and think absolutely as a team, as a collective.
Talking about your emotions and how you have been sent off at the Emirates, how does it feel to see those scenes and your behavior later on TV? And have you ever thought about changing your way of coaching?
No, it's not going to change the way I coach the team, of course. And as for seeing myself on TV, it could be understandable. Just depends how you see it. If you see the second time, you can interpret it badly, and if you see the first time, it could be interpreted normally because it's just a protest.
From Arsenal.
Well, it's a team with great footballers, like I said, with a great coach, like I said last week, a great manager, with many players that can play between the lines, who can float, let's say, in a place where it's difficult to mark. We could say like Ozil, for example, and obviously a lot of speed in the last few yards. I have no doubt that Ozil is the brains of this team, and if on a good day for Ozil, his team always plays better because he can see more. He has got a great view, and he has very fast players, very very good fullbacks who can give a lot of depth on the lines along the lines. And they are a great team, because to get this far, you have to be a great team, and obviously Arsenal is.
Causing Arsenal a lot of big problems in the past. Arsene Wenger just said in this press conference that the best way to stop him is to keep the ball in Atletico's half. Would you agree to that? And have you spoken to Diego about how to attack Arsenal?
No, todavía no.
No, I haven't spoken to him about that, to be honest.
Could be Arsene Wenger's last European game as the Arsenal manager. He's been at Arsenal for 22 years. Do you think in the future we will ever see a manager like him again?
La verdad que no estamos pensando.
Well, I'm not really thinking about. We haven't really thought how fantastic his end of cycle is at Arsenal, really. We are thinking about what we need as a team. We need to see a full stadium. We need to see excitement in our footballers. We need, like I said, a communion between players and fans. And with all due respect to Arsene, this is all I care about today.
We'll remember when Diego Costa went off in the Champions League final after just 9 minutes on the pitch with that hamstring injury. Since then, through his professional career, he's had to manage that injury. Can you
Vamos de vuelta. ¿De cuándo? ¿De qué partido?
When was that? When was that you're talking about? Yeah.
So,
Sí.
do people appreciate how much work Diego Costa has to do with that injury and with his fitness away from the matches to still be one of the world's top strikers 4 years on? How impressed are you with his commitment and his ability to still peak when needed?
No entiendo la pregunta, a ver, ayúdame. Primero, si
Don't really understand the question. Could you make the question again? Are you saying that Costa is
Does Diego Costa have to do
Sí.
with his injury away from the matches to still be a top striker in the world now?
Como todos los futbolistas.
Well, just like every footballer beyond their characteristics, they need a great recovery work. He's a footballer that lives off his power. So in every match, the work is tremendous. So obviously he needs to balance that. You know, I don't think he's had so many injuries in the last few years. But obviously you can. I don't know if you can value like that, assess it like that. But I don't really see it that way.
The goal last week. He nearly came here last summer. What is it you like about him, and how important will it be to keep him quiet tomorrow?
Lacazette is a fantastic player, and obviously he's very fast. Obviously, in the last stretch of the pitch, he's got very good moves. He's not very tall, but he's very powerful when he jumps. But obviously, the best or his best characteristic is maybe how fast he can execute in the last few yards.